Hey guys, I just wanted to make this video to wrap up the year and kind of go through everything we've done, through the ups and downs, the good and the bad. I started this channel mainly to entertain everyone and share my cinematography and photography knowledge through tutorial videos. I know I don't talk much about myself or really show you how I'm doing, at least mentally. You usually only see the amazing happy things on social media, and I'm guilty of hiding my feelings pretty well and just being happy and goofy on the internet. But this year, I think I was a little depressed. I felt shitty for a good chunk of the year, but more on that later. For now, let's jog down memory lane because there's actually a lot we accomplished this year. This year, I decided to get a project/drift car, and that was the E36 M3. I bought it from my buddy Bill, and it was a pretty solid, fun car that I learned a lot from. I learned that I definitely do not want another old BMW ever again. It was completely gutted, loud as hell, and sure it was beat up, but I had a ton of fun with it and managed to do a little makeover. Got some new wheels, a cool spoiler, and of course we had to wrap it red. Jane and I also started working closely with RSR USA, an amazing aftermarket suspension company that has since treated us like family. I started making content with fellow YouTubers finally, one being Dustin Williams. He commented on one of my videos one day and we started talking about working together, and eventually we did. Alongside that, I became an official Insta360 partner and made a buttload of content for that company. In the middle of the year, I ran into a bunch of problems with the Type R. A lot of them were out of my control and not the car's fault either. I was driving to Vegas one night and ran over something huge on the freeway, and it completely destroyed my under panel, both the metal and the plastic parts. There was a day I decided to park my Type R outside while the E36 was inside the garage. That same day there was a thunderstorm, and after the storm, I found out some rodents had crawled through the giant hole in my under panel and chewed up some wires. The wire harnesses that got chewed up disabled power steering along with a bunch of other things, so the car was basically undrivable. I was already stressed out because of money problems, YouTube not really paying much, and I just wasn't getting a lot of filming jobs anymore. Car parts were expensive, and having two cars at the time just didn't seem reasonable. I was also on my last leg at making tutorials because I was expending so much effort but getting less and less views. My merch store wasn't doing so well either, so I was heavily discouraged and considered giving up YouTube. But Jane made me start a Patreon to see if it could help, and it did. So I thank her and all of you guys who support my Patreon. Jane really helped me through a lot of this, and she has her own mental battles every day that are much worse than mine. As days went by, I was still not getting many gigs, some friends drifted apart, and I just felt like a shell of the person I used to be. I decided to sell the M3 to help myself financially. I sold it to a really good friend of mine, Hayden, and now he's taking good care of it and actually drifting it as intended. During the time I owned the car, I didn't even really drive it all that much, sadly, but the extra money helped me start pumping out Type R content again, and it kept me busy. It was definitely a challenge to keep up with the YouTube algorithm because if you slack even a little, you get punished. At one point, I even debated selling the Type R for the 2022 WRX. I thought maybe a new car would bring in fresh content and a bigger audience. Good thing I didn't do that. In October, Jane and I finally got a 2023 BRZ together. I used to have a 2014 BRZ that I poured my heart and soul into, and I thought maybe getting this new BRZ would reignite my passion. BRZ definitely helped in pushing content out, but I knew something was wrong when I still felt empty. I'm still trying to get better, and I'm super grateful to be in a position to own such awesome cars and have such a supportive girlfriend and be surrounded by an amazing friend group. I started vlogging more often and I began feeling a little more like myself. However, this month we got a shitty Christmas gift. Jane got in a car crash. Thankfully, she's okay and that's the most important part, but her Supra was done. Some lady ran a red light and smashed into her, totaling the car. She got her scans back from the doctor recently and she has a couple slip discs in her neck and back. I know most people will say it's just a car, but it really messed her up as that car meant a lot to her. On top of that, now she can't go to the gym or make all the super content she's been planning, and she's mentally scarred from driving, so it's all a huge bummer. The year is about to end. I'm trying my best to get better myself, and surprisingly, I'm actually looking forward to 2023. Aside from the few speed bumps, I met amazing new people this year, and I've bonded much closer with my current friends and family. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about, and I hope you guys are doing great. Creating content was my therapy, and I hope anyone out there struggling mentally can find their therapy, or just reach out and vent. There's absolutely nothing wrong with sharing your feelings. I will continue to make the best content I possibly can, and I hope this video helps motivate anyone. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next year.